I'm gonna make this quick, but gonna start off by saying giving all praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakah Kwadash, double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone, and peace, blessings, and salutations to the elect. This is gonna be a real quick video. I'm just gonna do uh, a brief commentary on a discussion I had with the scoffer Unwanted Link 5205. I just got done watching this video from uh, Elder Karatazaba from Baltimore, right? From GMS Baltimore. And the video was amazing. Alright, I'm actually gonna go back and rewatch it. Take some pointers down, throughout the video and go from there. But while I was listening to this video, it reminded me of the conversation that I had with this guy, right? No, not that one. This dude right here. Okay, this was a video that I did 8 months ago. As you can see, let me click on this video. I did this video a while back. Has like 115 views, right? And it was a response to this video right here, which I don't know if they have taken it down. Okay, so the video isn't available anymore. I just found that out. The video isn't available anymore. But I totally cut the doctrine that they were teaching in half. I sat there and watched the whole video, right? And did a commentary all throughout the video. They took it down. They took it down. Oh my goodness. It was pretty dumb. You had a black woman, right, who was talking and narrating the video, which was going off. The scriptures talks about women keeping silent in all the churches. So let's scroll down to the comments. I received 18 comments on here, a lot of scoffers, right? This is the most recent one, okay? And this dude, Unwanted Link, right? Unwanted Link. Native and Hispanic heathens ain't Israelites, right? So let's click on this dude's page and see what's popping. Let's see what's popping. Oh, look at that. Home. Unwanted Link. Has no videos, right? No videos. This is his only friend, right? Roman has ramen. Hi, I'm Roman and I play Minecraft. I think this individual has to be young, like at least 12, 13, 14 years old. He's a young person, probably in middle school. He probably heard that so-called blacks were Israelites, right? And he ran with it and had a problem with the so-called Native Americans and Latinos. That's what I am assuming, okay? Right? He said Native and Hispanic heathens definitely ain't Israelite. I said they are Israelites, and I posted this scripture, Jeremiah 50 verse 33, right? I asked him, where does this scripture fit where the children of Israel and the children of Judah will be together, right? Where did this scripture fit? Because we know Judah, remnants of Judah is in west and north coast of Africa, some parts of east, and some parts of southern Africa as well, right? But where did this scripture, Jeremiah 50 verse 33, hold true, right? And who are their captives? All right, they're captives that refuse to let them go, right? And then this is what he posted. I'll replace Ephraim with Yoruba, Gad with Igbo, and Shona with Issachar, which I never heard of the Shona tribe ever. I could probably look it up. Shona. Okay, Shona is a Bantu language of the Shona people of Zimbabwe. If it's a Bantu language, then more than likely these people are Israelites spoken by Shona people and the Lemba people. So native to Zimbabwe, Mozambique, and Botswana. Writing style, Latin script, Arabic script. I never knew that. So Gad is Igbo and Ephraim is Yoruba. But what about Manasseh? What about Reuben? Who are the tribe of Reuben? uh, what about right of the tribe of Zebulon? He only posted a few tribes here: Ephraim, Yoruba, Gad, Igbo, and Shona Issachar. Which I'm from the so-called Yoruba tribe, so-called Nigerians. So when these BOIs come on my comment board, I I love to engage with them because it's so funny that they have this type of mentality. And let me tell you guys a story, which I'm not gonna bring too many scriptures out in this lesson. It's just for fun. But when I was first coming into this ministry, right, I was being taught, like my first, the individual that told me I was an Israelite, blah blah blah. He was posting stuff on his Instagram. The first person I followed, he was someone on Instagram, right? And he posted a lot of, I guess you could say, post, right, concerning about Deuteronomy 28, and I was like, oh man, that makes sense, blah blah blah. Yeah, 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 we're definitely Israelites, right? So he was teaching me, and I was learning, and I started asking questions about the Northern Kingdom, and he said, oh, they're just in Africa. But that didn't sit right to me because um I seen a few posts of the other tribes, right? The other tribes, the 12 tribes chart. And I was like, this kind of makes sense. So I started researching on YouTube, okay, about the 10 lost tribes, and I came across Elder Kazak from Mississippi. This was back when he had his old YouTube channel. I think everyone in Great Millstone knew of that channel. It's called Yahushua is Coming Back. The OG channel. That channel had, I think it was almost 30,000 subscribers because the brother, amazingly talented, the elder, right? He posted a lot of information on the Northern Kingdom, and it just resonated with me, right? Because I'm someone who likes to search things out. The scripture says a prudent man foreseeth his goings. So a prudent man is very wise, very diligent in what he gets himself into. The scripture says the simple believeth every word. You have to be very prudent before you take hold of a knowledge, because if you just blindly believe in something, your faith won't be as confirmed. Your faith won't be as strong. So it's best that you do the research, see that you can prove it on your own before you go and teach others. And that's what I did, through watching Elder Kazak's videos. And he went in. I mean, going into about Issachar, them, like the tribe of Aztecs, so-called, the Aztecs people, Zebulon, the Mayans, right? And I could go even deeper, about how Issachar joined among the brethren of Zebulon, which is the Aztecs joining amongst the Mayans, going in about the Inca, which is the tribe of Asher, and so on and so forth, going into the Hebrew, the artifacts and everything. And I was looking at this evidence, I was like, yo, that makes so much sense. Because when I first came to America as a child, I grew up in a Latin, so-called a so-called Latino environment, a so-called Latino neighborhood, and most of the people I was surrounded with were so-called Latinos, and it was like meeting a long lost family member, right? Most of the brothers in my camp, they noticed that I get along well more with the Latin tribes than Judah, Benjamin, Levi. Primarily Judah. I get along with Benjamin and Levi, but that's a different story. So when I was looking at all this evidence, I was like, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. No wonder I get along with these Latinos. No wonder, because we're both Israelites, right? There was even a time that sometimes the Latin tribes, they'll kind of confuse me for so-called Latino because of just my mannerisms and how I acted, and what I wore to school. So he had that in there as well. Who knows? I could be from the Northern Kingdom. Who knows? I'll find that out about I found that out in the kingdom. But after that, I took the evidence and I presented it to the guy, and he pretty much spazzed out. He was like, "Oh, who's teaching you this stuff? Blah blah blah." So we ended up separating each other. Right? We separated from each other because we didn't see eye to eye. I gained so much knowledge, after that moment. I was able to teach him and school him in prophecies, knowing the exact scriptures, the history, and everything. I had the timeline, and it got to a certain point where he told me why he doesn't believe the Latinos to be Israelites. I was able to convince him that the Native Americans were Israelites after seeing the proof. But it got to a point where he just said, okay, the reason why I don't believe Latinos are Israelites was because a so-called Mexican from 3 years ago mistreated me when I was in California. And that was the reason why he taught that Israelites was, black only, was so-called black only, which is crazy, right? So you have a lot of BOIs that may have had a grudge against the Northern Kingdom, and then when they come into this truth, right, they hold on to that grudge instead of becoming a new creature, which is madness to even think about. Okay, you're willing, you're so determined to change and destroy the doctrine because of your personal feeling. That's a bitch made spirit, That's a bitch made spirit. The scripture says, if any man lack wisdom, let him ask of the Most High. The Lord will give you the wisdom on why that situation occurred, how to understand it through the Bible. We know why there's differences between the tribes. It goes back to the split that the Lord put between the northern and the southern kingdom. But he doesn't understand that. Why? Because he's not of the elect. So, it's just funny. I was thinking about this whole ordeal while watching the elder's video, Elder Karakazapa, right? And this was from 3 days ago. He still hasn't replied to me. I said, that still does not fulfill the prophecy. Who are their oppressors that refuse to let them go? And I posted Jeremiah 3 verse 18, and that's the huge cut because it talks about the land of the north. Okay, the land of the north. So where is the land of the north located? Wait, is he going to say Morocco? Algeria? The land of the north? Africa is like in the southern part of the world when you look at the map. Even Europe will be classified the land of the north, right? On the eastern hemisphere. So where's the land of the north located? He could not answer me. He just left it at that. Because oh man, I'm just having fun with this. I'm going to go ahead and get one scripture real quick. You BOIs are through, man. You scoffers are really through. Because, let me get the scripture right here. Yep, Matthew 12 verse 30. The Lord's elect will be gathered whether you like it or not. Okay? And a lot of you BOIs are going to find out that just because you are an Israelite doesn't mean you're of the elect. This is Matthew 12 verse 30. It says, he that is not with me is against me. And you're not with Yahushua because you're coming up against the doctrine. You're coming up against the coming together of the nation of Israel. Okay? Yes, you will have northern kingdom in Africa, right? You will have some of the northern kingdom in Africa. I agree. Okay, there is evidence on that. Yes, you will have the northern kingdom in Europe, right? Primarily Eastern Europe. If you know the history about the Scythians, they were of the northern kingdom. They looked like Gadites and they were wearing fringes. And they also abstained from eating pork. Yes, you have some of the northern kingdom in the Middle East, primarily Iran, Persia, the Caucasus region, going up to that area, Kazakhstan, Central Asia, Kyrgyzstan, all these different countries. Yes, you will. But the bulk of the Northern Kingdom are here in the Americas, and that's what you BOIs fail to understand, to comprehend, right? Not because of your own will, but because the Most High has blinded you guys from seeing it. Okay, he that is not with me is against me, right? Coming up against the doctrine. The scripture says, "Those my enemies that would not have reign over them, bring them hither and slay them before me." You'll be a part of that slaughter, right? A part of that sheep that'll be led to the slaughter when Yahushua comes back, and even leading up to that event. And he that gathereth not with me, okay? Gathering who? The elect. We are helping gather the elect of Yahweh Yahushua. And if you're not gathering with Yahushua, what are you doing? You're scattering abroad because you're teaching false doctrines. You're pushing a false vibration. You're sounding the wrong trumpet. And Yahweh takes great offense to that. Okay? We all know about the punishment of a false prophet. Okay? Which is death. So I just want to make a quick quick video on that. On the whole encounter. I was watching Elder Karata's video, and it just reminded me of this conversation, and I started reminiscing of, how I came in, right? The guy that first taught me, he was thinking that I was going to be a part of his BOI doctrine because I was a so-called Nigerian from West Africa, right? But it got to a point I was pushing back against him. I was asking so many questions about the so-called Latinos. He started doubting if I was an Israelite and started asking me who my father was. So, because I was defending the Northern Kingdom, he started assuming that I was an Edomite. Which is crazy. It's crazy to know. Anyways, I'm just going to say this right now. The Northern Kingdom are the so-called Latinos and Native Seminole Indians, right? The Southern Kingdom, in fact, let me get the chart. The Southern Kingdom are the so-called Negroes, West Indians, and Haitians, right? On the Western Hemisphere, and also those that goes back to the 12 tribe patriarchs scattered across the world, okay, due to the diaspora. Those are who the Lord is coming back for. Zephaniah 2 verse 8, gathered together, O nation not desired. That's who the Lord is gathering, the elect of the nation of Israel. So Lord willing, this lesson was edifying unto the elect. Again, this is not going to be a heavy heavy lesson. I'm just, having fun with this. I was just reminiscing about a past situation and decided to make a lesson to highlight this.